Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I want you to know that you are appreciated. We work hard behind the scenes on this channel to bring you the latest news that's important for the country, news that's important for our economy, most importantly, news that matters as far as your money is concerned. I'm going to give you the latest status of the stimulus negotiations, where things stand right now. And as I'm recording this video, President Trump is actually President Trump is in the middle of a live address to the nation from the Rose Garden, and he's talking about the vaccine. He's calling he's calling Operation Warp Speed the greatest mobilization in history. He's talking about the benefits. He's talking about what the administration has achieved. While President Trump was doing that, he talked about, he took a shot at Governor Andrew Cuomo from New York City. And clearly there's no love lost between Governor Andrew Cuomo and the president. But Operation Warp Speed has allowed things to happen very quickly. So I do believe the Trump administration deserves credit there. There's no question about that. But we're still in the middle of a surging pandemic, and it is going to be at least April, potentially longer, but it looks like it's going to be April, although earlier projections were June, before the vaccine is available, hopefully at a local Walgreens or at a local CVS pharmacy or a Rite Aid. So whether you take the vaccine or not is a separate issue. This allows individuals to regain confidence and allows the economy to get back on track. So I'll show you a segment of the president's live address from the Rose Garden towards the end of this video. So make sure you watch the video all the way through to the end. But first, let me give you the latest status of the stimulus negotiations. House Speaker Pelosi said her quest for a lame duck stimulus relief bill is a red alert. She said, all hands on deck. This is an emergency of the highest magnitude, and yet our Republican colleagues want to focus elsewhere. So clearly, House Speaker Pelosi considers this a high priority. She said, it's a red alert, all hands on deck. This is an emergency of the highest magnitude, and yet our Republican colleagues want to focus elsewhere. Now, House Speaker Pelosi was asked about the fact that she now has a smaller Democratic majority in the House because they did lose some House seats. And she said that that would not affect her governing strategy. She said her leverage has increased because of a Democratic president. So that's what House Speaker Pelosi said. That was super interesting. And CNN's Manu Raju actually asked House Speaker Pelosi if she took any responsibility for losing House seats. Because keep in mind, House Speaker Pelosi was actually in a better negotiating position for a large stimulus package. She was actually offered a $1.9 trillion stimulus package by the administration. We'll never know if the Republican senators would have supported it. But this is what House Speaker Pelosi said. I take credit for winning a majority and holding the House. Wow. Don't you love it how these politicians tend to frame certain subjects? It makes me smile how these, if there's a red light, the politician will take credit for a red light. If there's a green light, a politician will take credit for a green light. If there's no light, they'll take credit for the fact that there was no light because there was no need for a light. That's just unbelievable how our politicians are. So, by the way, I just want to be clear. Susan Collins actually won re-election. And here's why this is important. She won her re-election bid, and she actually received a call from an old colleague of hers. Do you know who that colleague was? Joe Biden. She received a call from Joe Biden, and I'm pretty sure they'll be talking over the next 4 years, because this is what's important. Susan Collins' vote, okay, as a Republican senator could be important for the Biden agenda, especially if the Democrats do not regain control of the Senate with the Georgia Senate runoff races on the 5th of January. So her 24-year Senate career was at risk a month ago. But, she's in Maine, and she basically cruised to victory. She won, no problem. And she's now a very powerful, Republican senator. And she will play an important role in the Senate during what's looking like a Biden presidency at this point. And this is a quote from Politico. Unless Democrats can shock the world and claim 2 Georgia Senate seats and Senate control in January, it's hard to imagine a single Biden cabinet nominee or major piece of legislation will go through a Republican-controlled chamber without Collins' support. So it looks like President-elect Joe Biden is already setting the agenda for the future. And by the way, I believe, this is my opinion here, okay, this is how governing should be. Try to get support, try to reach across the aisle, and try to get cooperation. Hopefully, this is the first in a long series of of agreements that we see. This is the first in a series of sort of reaching across the aisle from both sides, from both Republicans as well as Democrats, for the good of the country. Now, let's get back to the president, who's talking about Operation Warp Speed. Like I said, the president could not resist taking a shot at Andrew Cuomo, but the president did talk about what the future holds in terms of the vaccine, in terms of therapeutics. Let's watch what President Trump had to say. I should say what President Trump is saying live at the time I'm recording this video in the Rose Garden. Let's watch right now.
Going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where, for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health standpoint, but he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from. These are coming from the greatest companies anywhere in the world, greatest labs in the world. But he doesn't trust the fact that it's this White House, this administration. So we won't be delivering it to New York until we have authorization to do so. And that pains me to say that. This is a very successful, amazing vaccine at 90% and more. But so the Governor Cuomo, will have to let us know when he's ready for it. Otherwise, we can't be delivering it to a state that won't be giving it to its people immediately. And I know the people of New York very well. I know they want it. So the governor will let us know when he's ready. He's had some very bad editorials recently about this statement and what's happened with respect to nursing homes and his handling of nursing homes. And I hope he doesn't handle this as badly as he's handled the nursing homes. But we're ready to provide it as soon as they let us know that they'll actually use it. And again, it's a very safe and a great vaccine. Already we have among the lowest case fatality rates, our country, anywhere in the world, the entire world, and we've performed significantly better than our peer countries. As far as therapeutics are concerned, my administration's also made critical investments in therapies that have helped reduce the mortality rate by 85%. That's, to me, one of the most exciting things. It's incredible, some of the antibody vaccines and others that have come out and have really helped people. 85%. Last month, the FDA approved remdesivir, and we've secured enough remdesivir to treat 850,000 patients. My administration finalized an agreement with Eli Lilly to purchase the first doses of their antibody therapy, which shows amazing results. This treatment will be available completely free of cost to patients. 5,000 units have already been shipped, and many more are going out the door as we speak. We're also reached an agreement with AstraZeneca for the large-scale manufacturing of their antibody treatment, which is excellent. We expect to issue emergency use authorizations for a number of additional treatments in the near future. Tremendous promise. But remember the 85% number. That's an incredible number. But we have some tremendously promising drugs online and ready to come out. We have ensured that our frontline workers have all the tools they need. My administration's invoked the Defense Production Act and related authorities over 100 times and have made a historic investment into our industrial base. All states that requested PPE from the federal government have received the PPE almost immediately upon request. Every American who needed a ventilator has had access to a ventilator. Think of that. Very complicated piece of equipment, very expensive. And we haven't had one person in this whole country that has requested or needed a ventilator that hasn't had it. Every single request has been immediately filled. So that was something that was a great job. And now we're helping the rest of the world with ventilators because it's a very hard thing. We're producing them thousands of ventilators a month. The federal government has 22,000 beds immediately available for states and jurisdictions that need additional capacity. But we think that it's going to start going down, possibly very quickly. We'll see what happens. But with the vaccine, you'll see numbers going down within a matter of months, and it'll go down very rapidly. As we continue to combat the virus, our economy is rebounding far beyond any expectations. I see the stock market's up almost 400 points today again, and it's ready to break the all-time record. Our jobs records are incredible. The job numbers are incredible. In the last 6 months, we've created over 13 million jobs and slashed the unemployment rate by more than half. Last quarter, we witnessed the fastest economic growth ever recorded in the history of our country, 33.1%. It's a number that is more than double our highest. That was in 1952, and we've more than doubled it. The United States experienced the smallest economic contraction and the most rapid economic recovery of any major Western nation. We went down less and we went up more, which is quite a combination of facts. While healthy Americans have gone back to work and to school, we continue to spare no expense to protect the elderly and the vulnerable. According to some estimates, a national lockdown costs $50 billion a day and hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day. Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully, the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be. I guess time will tell. But I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown. There won't be necessity. Lockdowns cost lives, and they cost a lot of problems. The cure cannot be, you got to remember, cannot be worse than the problem itself. And I've said it many times. And when you look at what happens during a lockdown, I just say it very loudly. It's horrible what happens with drugs, alcohol, depression, loss of jobs, business closures. It's a terrible thing. So this administration will not go, under any circumstances, will not go to a lockdown, but will be very vigilant, very careful. We understand the disease. It's a complicated disease, but we understand it very well. We ask all Americans to remain vigilant, especially as the weather gets colder and it becomes more difficult to go outside and to have outside gatherings. And with that, I just want to ask some very talented people to come up and say a few words. General Perna and Dr. Slaoui have been incredible. The general is really getting started right now, but he's really, what we don't know and what people don't know, he started putting this all together 6 months ago, and you're going to see some real action. So, General, maybe you'll start it off, and then, Doctor, you'll go right after that. Thank you very much.
That was a rather interesting piece of news. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, you'll find a link to all our resources in the description section below, so definitely check them out. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time. You can get on our SMS list if you want alerts from us. Get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list. You can opt out of the list at any point in time that you want. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. You'll agree to a quick disclaimer, and then you'll be on our email list. You can opt out of the SMSs or the emails at any point in time that you want. Now, keep in mind, YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. That's technology for you. So all you have to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. This way you can visit the homepage of our channel and you can check out our videos at any point in time that you want. Speaking of notifications, you can actually follow us on Instagram. Simply follow us at ignition_time. That's our Instagram handle. And you'll be on our Instagram followers list, and you'll get exclusive content on Instagram. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time, the same handle as the Instagram handle. And you can get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. I really look forward to engaging with you on Twitter. Now, if you learned something new from this video, please consider sharing this video with friends and family. That is your vote of confidence in us. Please click the like button. Please ignite that subscribe button, and please ignite that notification button so you can get alerts. Remember, the name of our channel is Ignition Time. One more time, you'll find the links to all our resources in the description section below. Please comment below and participate in our growing community because, our community is growing and you are an important part of our growing community, because for us, it's about coming together. It's about being rational. It's about being objective and being respectful of both points of view. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.